What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about SOOSOO or SOOSOO toys, depending on how you say it. Now, the figure I want to talk about is called Unbreakable. Now, he's from the television show Invincible, but of course this is a third-party company, so they never get to use the real names of the characters. But who cares, because I thought the character was awesome, and I was crossing my fingers I'd get a 1/6 scale version of him in my collection. So, stick around. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me, smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get into it. I think the best way to describe Invincible is that it's an adult, animated superhero television series. It's based on the Image comic series of the same name, by Robert Kirkman, Cory Walker, and Ryan Ottley. Now, it premiered on Amazon Prime around March 25th of 2021, so the show's not very old yet. The show follows a 17-year-old Mark Grayson, who's of course the superhero that we see here in the photos. And it follows his transformation into a superhero under the guidance of his father, Omni-Man, played by J.K. Simmons, one of the most iconic voice actors and actors, let's be honest, in real life. Really stellar casting when it comes to the voice of Omni-Man. Now, Omni-Man is the most powerful being on the planet. Similar power set to Superman and other characters in that kind of echelon. Now, during Mark's transformation into Invincible, he finds himself struggling between his personal life and superhero duties, and kind of where he's going to be forced to prove that he can be the hero that his father is. When you really see what drives Omni-Man, you realize, without any spoilers in the show, that he's not a good guy, and that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now let's move on to the actual 1/6 scale figure we're here to look at, and that's the SOOSOO Toys offering 1/6 scale Unbreakable. Now I think this is really well done. I think the coloration of the outfit looks fantastic. I like the material choices that they've used here as well. To me, it looks like it will be flexible, posable for dynamic poses, but also have a little bit of memory in terms of its elasticity. So hopefully, if you leave it in a pose for a little while and you put it back to museum pose, it'll kind of soften out some of those creases relatively quickly on their own. Similar to how the Flash figure I have in my collection from SOOSOO Toys does. I'm always very impressed by that material choice they used on that figure, and I'm thinking they're doing something similar here. Now, what I will say is that I'm noticing that the body here for this SOOSOO Toys offering has improved over some of the previous releases. You can see that this figure definitely has double jointed elbows, which is appreciated, especially for flexibility and again for some of those dynamic posing. But the physical build of the figure body itself looks superior to some of the releases I've had. I will say there's something about this body that is a little strange. I can't quite put my finger on it. Something about the proportions in the shoulders versus the waist. But again, I think what they're trying to show is a bit of a hybrid between animated and real life. So I can give that a pass. And again, I think that they've nailed the colors and otherwise the body's suit. So let's move to the head sculpt. So we actually get two head sculpts with this release. We get the standard hero edition, I want to call it, undamaged. He's invincible or unbreakable, right? Well, maybe not for the sake of this character after what Omni-Man does to his face. But we get a chance to see both a battle damaged and standard version. Now you also do get swappable hair pieces with the figure, which I think is really cool. But where I think this character really shines in the figure collecting world is how well they've painted on some of the blood smearing on the battle damage side. As I said, in the show, without too many spoilers, Omni-Man beats the ever-loving crap out of this guy. And this battle damage captures exactly what we got to see in the show. I mean, almost screen for screen. Even just the way we see the goggles broken on the animated version of the show here versus what we see with the figure, it's bang on. I'm very happy with that. Where I'll critique this figure is in the age of what this character looks like in figure format. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is supposed to be a 17-year-old. This guy looks like he's like 25 to 30. Now, is that passable for my collection? 100%. I liked the source material, I liked the character, and I liked the look of this figure. Just like Shane from 1/6 Figure Focus has his own rules, on this one, I followed those rules, and for me, it meant this was a buy. But speaking of buying the figure, the full price comes in at $205. SOOSOO Toys has set the deadline of November the 14th for the pre-order window to close. Now, of course, that's through SOOSOO Toys. There will be other distributors that still have this, but I would caution you, they have told us that it's a very limited release. SOOSOO Toys tends to keep their batches pretty small, which means they sell out really quickly. The Rogue figure that was announced at the same time as this character has already sold out. I would not be surprised if this thing sells out no problem by November the 14th. So if you're interested in this character, I would lock in a pre-order where you can, about as soon as you can, to ensure that you get one in your collection. Otherwise, you're going to be asking for one on a reasonable price on a buy-sell trade group pretty darn soon. I think this guy, once we have it in hand as collectors, are going to go absolutely nuts for it. So, what are your thoughts on this figure? Is this something that you're planning to bring to your collection? For me, I'm excited. I'm hoping that we see that Omni-Man pretty darn soon here. They're saying that we may have this in hand as early as Q4 of 2022. That's like within this month. So that's pretty damn exciting. If we can get this in before the Christmas holidays, I'll be a very happy guy. But ultimately, I really liked the show Invincible. If you haven't given it a chance on Amazon, I 100% would recommend it. If you like hero television shows with a bit of an adult twist to it, for sure. And I would also say that for the figure itself, I think the value is good. I think the price is good. I think the battle damage component of this figure is excellent. I think the quality of the materials and the coloration of the outfit are bang on. I'm a very happy guy today. Very, very happy guy when it comes to figure collecting. So, you'll see this come to my collection. I will do a review on it for the Ben Thomas show for sure, but I'd love to hear from you guys down below. Are you bringing this to your collection? Are you not? What are your thoughts on the figure? If you guys like this video, hit the like button for me, of course. If you're new to the channel, I always appreciate if you subscribe, and I will catch you on the next figure preview video. Thanks for watching.